Welcome back to Gaelic Games Fan TV. Galway 16 points, Mayo 15 points. Galway are Connacht senior football champions. They've won the 3 in a row and they do it in quite incredible fashion. 2 down going into extra time and they come back, or going into injury time, and they come back to win it. An almighty collapse from Mayo. Absolutely no doubt about that. They had this game, I wouldn't say dead and buried, but they had this game more than within their grasp. I thought Galway didn't perform for large parts. Like Shane Walsh, who came on, struggled to get into the game really until the final 10 minutes. Damien Comer only really got in the game, I felt, in the second half in terms of doing the best version of what we see from Damien Comer. Although he did have some bright sparks in the first half, I just felt like Galway were very flat in the first half. Mayo kept turning them over time and time again, and the game was there for Mayo. The game was 100% there for Mayo. Like, they even had possession of the ball at one stage when they were 2 points up going into injury time, and they gave it away sillily, and they got punished for it. They absolutely got punished for it. And overall, very disappointing from a Mayo perspective, but fair play to Galway. You saw the emotion of Pádraig Joyce at full time. I think that win is more than just the Connacht title. I think that celebration is obviously beating your big rivals in Mayo. After all the criticism that Galway got, obviously, when they lost to they didn't lose to Sligo, but they beat Sligo. But it was a very, very narrow win, in fairness. So to turn it around and win the game will mean a whole lot, because this did look on. It genuinely did look lost. And like, even when Conor Gleeson's going up to take that late free, you're thinking, will he be able to pop this over the bar? But he has the coolness, the calmness, and that was absolutely brilliant, in fairness. And in fairness to Shane Walsh, like, he stood up hugely towards the end of the game. Like, a lot of criticism has obviously gone his way. A lot of it, I think, has been very unjust, in all honesty. But he kicked 3 points and was really a part of just a real good turnaround from Galway. Like, they were trailing by 3 at one stage as well. They overturned that to go a point up. Then Mayo sort of regathered the initiative in the game. Like, Matthew Rowan, very, very good performance from him for Mayo. 3 points. Donncha McHugh was very, very good as well. And all in all, like, for Mayo, like you kind of are, like, for any Mayo fans, you will be left scratching yourselves a little bit. Scratching your heads in terms of how they didn't win that game. Like, because they had multiple goal chances. Conor Gleeson caught off his line on multiple occasions. And Mayo just completely collapsed and bottled it, in my opinion, which isn't the first time we've saw that. And will it be the last? Probably not. So, look, fair play to Galway. It's not the end of the world for Mayo. They probably go into an easier group stage than the one that Galway go in fairness. And who knows? Like, you get the feeling this mightn't be the end of Galway and Mayo. Like, you could see a scenario where Mayo finish second in their group, Galway finish third, and these two potentially play each other again. Well, obviously you can't have repeat pairings, but who knows? Like, I don't think this will be the end of Galway and Mayo this year. I've got a funny feeling they might clash again somewhere down the line. But yeah, like, in fairness to Mayo, like, they've done so much right in terms of turnovers. Like, Matthew Rowan was excellent, Fergal Boland, Jordan Flynn, very, very good. They were doing so much right, and they missed a couple of chances. A few were dropping short. It was the same for Galway at times as well. It was a strange game, really, because the first half wasn't great in terms of attack and play. It was a very overly physical game. There was a lot of turnovers, a lot of loose passes, shots dropping short, shots going wide. We weren't really seeing the best from either team in terms of forwards and in terms of attack and play and everything else. Like, Robert Finnerty was very good for Galway with 8 points, but aside from that, we weren't really seeing the key players involved. Like, for Mayo, Ryan O'Donoghue, 6 from him, but like, Tommy Conroy, 2 points. Had some good moments in the second half, but relatively quiet from his perspective. And yeah, you just weren't really seeing the good attack and play from either side. It was cagey. It was it just wasn't really, it wasn't really an end-to-end game. But then in the second half, I think when Mayo started to build up a lead, they started to the game just really started to open up, and Galway pressed up hugely on Mayo's kickouts, kept turning them over. won a couple of frees, and look, they capitalised on it and they took their opportunities, took their chances when they came. And for Mayo, like especially when it got to 15-15 and they were taking that kick out and they go short, need to release the ball quicker. They need to be quick. And to be honest, like I know hindsight's a wonderful thing and everything else, but maybe there for Colm Reap he should kick long, like, you know, and someone like an Aidan O'Shea could have been really beneficial at that point, and he was obviously taken off. So keeping him on the field, especially to win those breaking balls towards the end, was a big problem, I think. But there we go. We'll just look at some comments here. Gavin says Connacht champions. Kings of the West, massive congratulations to the winners of the Connacht Championship. I'm, of course, referring to the Roscommon under-20s, of course. Yeah, of course. Mayo could have got 2 or 3 goals. Yeah, they really could have. Gavin said 3 years of backing Mayo to win the Connacht Championship, jinxing them a bit, but keep up the great work. Yeah, look, I mean, to be fair, they were 2 points up in injury time. 2 points up, like, do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe I did jinx them, but that was more, that game was more than there to be won. But there we go. Why did the goalkeeper take the free? I think Walsh obviously having injury problems. Obviously at the moment he's not really on the frees. But to be fair, the ball, like, Conor Gleeson pops it over the bar, so perfectly cool. Denise says I wouldn't say Mayo bottled. Yeah, look, I mean, 2 points up though in injury time. Do you know what I mean? And it's not like they conceded a late goal. Do you know that way? And it was a long Hail Mary ball and it sort of bounces around and goes in, which can sometimes happen. They conceded 3 scores, and even at that, like their 14th point of the game, the point just before to level the game. Like, Mayo had possession and had opportunities to go 3 points up during that time period. So I think they did bottle it in some ways. It's not the complete end of the world, though. I don't think it's like, at the end of the day, Mayo will go into a group stage, Galway will go into a group stage. Both, you know, it mightn't mean anything really in the grand scheme of things. But, you know, if Mayo don't progress beyond the quarterfinal this year, people might look to Kevin McStay and think, what has he, you know, has he really taken Mayo forward since he's come in? It's hard to know. So, look, the answer will be now how Mayo respond. They're obviously going to have another crack at Roscommon again in the group stage. They're obviously going to have to play Dublin. Where that game's going to be played is going to be very interesting. They'll obviously have Cavan as well. They'll get out of that group. There's no doubt about that. But where will they place in that group? And can they go beyond it? At a bare minimum, a quarter final, because I think that's what Mayo will hopefully be. That's hopefully what they will be aiming to do. Shawnee says, I think that's Connacht's 50th title. Denise says, I wouldn't say Mayo bottle. The referee gave unfair and super soft frees to Galway. I thought he gave a few soft frees to both teams, to be honest with you. I think the frees at the end, the John Maher one, I thought was a free. The one to level it up that Shane Walsh popped over the bar, we didn't really get to see a replay on that. It looked like it was a foul, but like, to be fair, like, there was one instance where the ball was played into Damien Comer and David Goff blew his whistle, I think, to allow a sub on, you know, and Galway could have felt very aggrieved during that moment because Comer was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So I think it probably works both ways. Better team didn't win, but how many times have we said that about Mayo? Conor Loftus turnover was questionable. Galway free at such a late and crucial stage. Very disappointed with the result. Will only thrive from this loss. Galway have a tougher draw in the last 16. They probably do, in fairness. Like, they're going to be in there with Derry. They're going to be in there with the Ulster runners up as well. So, yeah, look, it will be tough for Galway. It'll be tough for Mayo as well. Like, I think, you know, the long term, like, the result could do wonders for Galway in terms of confidence now, because they've looked like a team that hasn't really clicked yet, that hasn't really turned the corner. Maybe now they are going to turn the corner. You've got Walsh back, you've got Comer back, you've got Killian McDade obviously back as well. You know, so there's a lot of positives for Galway, but for Mayo, not the complete end of the world. Definitely not the end of the world. Like, going into the group stages. They'll get to play Dublin in a neutral venue as well, so it's not like they'll have that game in Croke Park. You'll get to avoid Dublin in a potential quarter-final or beyond that, because there can't be a repeat pairing. So there is benefits. There is a lot of benefits for this for Mayo moving forward, but at the same time, they will be very disappointed with how that game finished up, because it was definitely there for them to win. And I do think overall they were the better team. But look, you have to give credit to Galway for coming back in the way that they did. Very, very, very good stuff. And the bottle on Conor Gleeson towards the end as well was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, look, I think Damien Comer probably was man of the match. In fairness, he won it on RTE, I think. I think John Maher was very, very good since he came on. Came on obviously in the first half. Conor Gleeson very good as well, albeit he was caught off his line on a couple of occasions. Johnny Heaney had a very good game. Robert Finnerty had a very good game. Paul Conroy I thought was good. So yeah, look, probably not the most entertaining game from the first half, but certainly from the second half onwards, Galway, the game really, really opened up and became very, very entertaining after that, in fairness. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game. Tomo says here, you're going to do a Tailteann Cup predictions video. Yeah, we'll do that during the week, so that'll be out at some stage during the week. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Obviously, Tailteann Cup, some good teams in there, so it should be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, that'll be out during the week, and plenty more videos and everything else. So yeah, anyone who's new, if you could hit the like button, that'd be great. If you could subscribe, that'd be absolutely brilliant as well. And we'll catch you all in the